Okay, let's set a scene. You walk into a huge meeting, the CEO's there, you plug your laptop into the projector, and nothing. Just that awful blue screen and, the sound of your own rising
Oh
panic.
yeah, the universal corporate nightmare. I think we've all been there.
We have. Well, today we're looking at what might be the cure for that exact panic. We're doing a deep dive on the key digital KD-X2X1WVTX.
That's a mouthful model-wise.
It is. But think of it as the unsung hero of the conference room.
Essentially, yeah, it's a
Yep.
magic wall plate. Our mission today is to figure out how this one piece of hardware bridges the gap between, all the different cables we have and those big, beautiful 4K displays on the wall.
Okay, so let's visualize this thing. It's a transmitter that fits into a standard US dual gang box. So, like a double light switch.
Exactly. It has a nice brushed aluminum face, so it looks pretty sleek.
But looking at the ports on it, I see something that, I have to be honest, kind of confuses me.
Let me guess. The VGA port.
Yes, there's an HDMI, which makes total sense, but right next to it is this ancient VGA port. Why on earth are we installing 1987 tech into a brand new room in 2026?
It does feel like a dinosaur, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But, in the corporate world, legacy tech just refuses to die.
So for that one guy who shows up with a 10-year-old laptop,
Right. A guest speaker, a consultant, anyone. If you can't connect them, the whole meeting just grinds to a halt. This unit is a bridge. It takes that old analog VGA signal and converts it to digital HDMI.
but usually when you do that, when you force an old signal onto a massive 4K screen, it just looks like garbage. It's all blurry or stretched out.
And that's where the real engineering comes in. The unit handles what's called video scaling. So it doesn't just pass the signal through, it actually processes it. It adjusts the resolution, the aspect ratio.
So the presentation actually looks crisp and correct on the big screen?
Exactly.
Okay, so it handles the input mess, but what about getting that signal to the projector? That's usually the other nightmare, right? Snaking a thick HDMI cable through the walls and ceiling?
And that's why this thing uses HDBT. So instead of a big, expensive HDMI cable, it sends the signal over a standard CP5E or KT6 Ethernet cable.
Wait, just a regular network cable, like the one plugged into my router?
The very same. It's cheaper, it's flexible, and it's way easier to pull through a wall. But the performance is the real story here. It pushes a full 4K signal. We're talking 18 gigabits per second of bandwidth up to 40 meters.
That is a huge amount of data for a thin network cable.
It is. Think of it like streaming 4 uncompressed 4K movies at once, with zero lag, all down that one wire.
Impressive. But here's the logistical catch. Electronics need power. So if this is in the wall, do I need an electrician to wire up an outlet right behind it?
Nope, no electrician needed. It uses something called PoH power over HDBT.
Okay.
So it draws all the electricity it needs from the receiver unit, which is probably hidden away by the projector. You just plug in that one Ethernet cable, and the whole wall plate lights up.
Clean and simple. I like it. Now let's talk user experience. I saw it has auto sensing. Is that actually useful or is it just marketing fluff?
No, it's the feature that makes you look like a pro. The unit detects when a live source is plugged in. You walk in, connect your laptop, and boom, it immediately switches to your screen.
So no more fumbling for the remote control.
None of that. And when you unplug, it just switches back to whatever was on before.
I also noticed it supports things like HDR10 and Dolby Vision. Isn't that overkill? I mean, who needs Dolby Vision for a spreadsheet?
For a spreadsheet, no. But imagine a marketing team reviewing a new 4K commercial. Or a product design team. Color accuracy is everything there. You have to see exactly what the final product will look like.
That makes sense. Okay, one last technical hurdle. The handshake. That moment where you plug in, your laptop screen flickers, but the big screen just stays black.
Ah, the dreaded E-tie failure.
Right.
That's when the laptop and the display can't agree on a resolution, so they just give up. This unit acts like a diplomat. It has an internal library of 15 different handshakes to make sure your laptop knows exactly what to send so the connection just works. Every time.
So what this all adds up to, it seems, is this is the invisible infrastructure that makes plug and play actually true for once.
That's it. It's all about reliability. It bridges the gap between the analog past and the digital future, and the user never has to think about any of it.
Which is the goal of all great tech, right? So here's a final thought to chew on. In a world where we're all rushing towards wireless everything casting, AirPlay, you name it, why is it that for our most critical, high-stakes presentations, we still put our trust in a physical copper wire over anything else? Something to think about. Thanks for listening.